All right, there we go. Good morning. I've got two things going on here. One is that the internet, or that we're now live, so we're making that aware. And welcome to Friday's Flow. It's been an interesting morning as far as getting everything ready. So this is a really informal group. The norms here are we engage the challenges. We tend at a whim, so you can come and go as you like. Connect your business with the topic. So as we're talking, I want to hear about what you do and see how we can benefit from your services or your product. And then also, this is a low maintenance thing for me. So I use this what do you call it, PowerPoint stuff for just kind of assistance in the background, and it also helps create some consistency. The,
PowerPoint stuff.
yeah, that PowerPoint stuff. All right, so this is how it's going to go. They're going to introduce the topic. We're going to the attendees. You guys are all going to introduce yourselves. You're going to tell me who you are and what you do, and then we're going to open the discussion loosely based on the topic that I'll be introducing in a moment. And then we're going to have action asks, so like something you'd like to ask of the group at 9:50, and then we wrap up. So here we go. We'll put it in present mode and see how we do. So the challenge question that I asked for the meetup was, how have you balanced personal life and business life? And because of the morning, I haven't looked at anyone's responses. So if anyone responded, I'm glad. It hopefully got you started in thinking. All right. So welcome to Adam's Friday Flow. February 12th is our topic today is relate business and family. And I usually have like a passion written here. Well, I'm trying to usually have a passion written here. And it usually involves some sort of question. But I didn't get that far because this morning my internet would not work. So I spent most of the morning just trying to fix the internet. But the passion that I have is, how can I fix this craziness that I have going on in my home in order to make my business work? So I'm gonna just write that in here. So how to fix this craziness. So
And
how about instead of fix,
what was the root cause of your internet problem?
how to work with this craziness. I like where you're going. We'll get into that in a little bit. Let me finish my beginning so that I've had a bad tendency of like sort of skipping all this stuff. So there's not like any tendency. So for those that are like new to the group, this is common, all right? This is Adam is just sort of like doing his thing. This was me trying to make space for communicating during COVID time. And so I'm working on little glitches and things like this all the time. Oh, passion, people. Ah, I went to the next one. It's the wrong one. Anyway, well, the people part. So there's three parts to the beginning: the people, passion, and vision. I realize I maybe want to put a like a slide in there that actually says people, passion, and limits, or like what you're about to look at. Um, so this is no time like the present, except that everyone else is doing stuff. So uh, family is definitely part of the deal. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That's the people, because the business is important. Let's say clients. Okay, so people and clients, family and clients, because that's the reason that we're trying to figure out the relationship from the business and the family. And then the next thing is limits. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's all kinds of limits here. Oh, I don't know where to start. I'm going to talk about my office, okay? And I'm just going to talk about it real briefly, and I'm going to sketch this up. I'm going to see if this works. So, do you know how you doodle something on here? Let's get search the web, upload, shapes, arrows, equations. I
Well,
want
you're
to
in
draw.
well, you're in PowerPoint.
Yeah, well, I'm in Google Slides, so it's kind of
Oh,
like
right.
PowerPoint.
I don't know. Yeah, don't use Google.
So I've got I've got my cool pad here, so I can draw things. And let's see if this. But because I'm a rebel like that, I'm just trying it out here the first time with this new computer, and that's not doing much. So I'm gonna open up the whiteboard instead. That's here now. So I'm gonna go to new share. I'm gonna go to whiteboard. That's the one we want. And I've not been impressed with their whiteboard. It just has not impressed me, but I'm gonna give it a try. So here's my home, okay? And then over here is my garage. This is where the garage is. This is where I currently am. Well, sort of. That's sort of the garage. There's also, there's actually a mud room like right here. So there's the mud room. And then this over here is where there's also the guest room slash classroom slash office when this room is too cold, when the garage is too cold. So I will now try to use my sketchy thing, and I'm going to explain kind of what's going on here. I'm going to change colors. There we go. All right. So down here, I've got this, in this space, this is where I'm standing right now, okay? Over here is another place that I often stand, and I also used to stand here, and I used to stand here. Also in here, I've stood in some other places to do this like Friday Flow, to do my, online stuff. And what's happening is, so a classroom popped up, and I'm going to change the color here. So these are all the conflicts, all right? Let's put conflicts in pink because they often have to do with my girls. Not that pink is always a girl's color, but you get the idea. All right, so this is where the classroom is now. It actually, when I say the classroom, where she sets up, and then the people in there see this view, right? And then it used to be over here, which was really annoying because when you come in the door, like you're right there, and it was just not very nice. And so I was rearranging all this stuff. And then back over here, I've got stuff. This place is it's a work in progress, and that is one of the reasons that I'm becoming an organizer, is so I can organize myself. Anyway, so there's things all over in here. And kids come in here and they mess around things. But and then today there was internet problems, and there's the internet router. So I was running from here all the way over to here and back over there. Not to mention that they were eating, but also I was trying to get them to clean. And anyway, so you get the idea. So this is Adam's craziness. That's the problem that I'm setting up, and that he's trying to make work. And today is a prime example of why it didn't. So how to do all that. And Phil's already chiming in there. He's like, this is how we're going to do it. So that's exciting. So that hopefully that primes you for the questions. I'm going to change back to my slides, and we're going to move forward with the rest of the part. So you introduce yourselves, and then we'll talk on the topic. So present mode. So what you're going to do is paste, and this is how I'm going to tell who's going to go first. So we have 5 people in the room. I get to go first because I'm right here and I get to run things. And I'm going to click on my own link. But if you paste in the chat, even if you don't have a website, whatever you post in the chat will tell me which order will go in. So post in the chat your link that you'd like me to pull up while you're talking to show what you do. And make sure to add the http://www when you do that. That way we've got something in the background. And if it's not flying and perfect right now, as you can tell, I don't care. It's this is all about getting out there and just making things happen. So I'm gonna look at my chat here, and I'm noticing that I don't know where my chat is. This is the slide share thing. This is where the chat is. Polls. Oh, chat. Okay. And I don't have anybody doing anything on the chat yet, but that's all right. So after that, what you're going to do is you're going to introduce yourself by your name, dreams of your business or what your business is, and then a brief story about what you do, and kind of like tell us a little about your ideal client and that sort of thing. All right. Thanks, Phil. You got yours on there already, so we're all ready for you. And I'm going to go back to my link somewhere in there. Boom, 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 boom. There. So here's my website. I'm in the middle of branding, so this is really just basic. It's a free one that I got with free one that I got when I registered with Google. And so I've got events in here that are going on. And the branding of like what I exactly do is not very strong in this, which is something I'm working on. But my new tagline that I'm working on is Sparks Flow, right? Oxygen for organizing. So to give you some space to like, figure out how to get things customized to the way that works well best for you. And the people I really like to work with are folks that recognize that they have limits, and then that they can actually leverage those limits by interaction with me and like making their space work better. So people that recognize they got limits and want to do something with it. And I'll give the example of one guy that I'm working with just moved to Albuquerque, and he's actually working for Smiths, and he's doing their interaction stuff. And he moved into this place, and he got all his stuff put into the guest room, and he's got an office in there and all this other stuff, but it's still in boxes. And so he's got limits because he's in high demand right now for his business, but he needs someone to like get the office set up so that he can then operate with his online all this stuff in the office. So that's one of the cool things that I get to do. All right, so great. I'm seeing people post stuff on here. So Phil, you're go.
I'm up. Phil, Wilton, hello, new people. Haven't seen Aaron before. And Janix, we got Annie. I'm with my company, Strategic Global Group. We do strategic stuff, exciting. But lately I've been doing a program of how you build a strategic plan by gathering the right data for your organization. So in the process of doing that, I have actually got a speaking invitation at University of New Mexico on February the 22nd, which you can log on to UNM Rainforest and join. And I'm going to go through 3 business matrices that you guys, if you need to pivot your business, need to be aware of, and how you use those matrices to develop a cohesive and coherent strategic plan.
Did you put it on your in your website here? Is there a link to it?
No, I haven't put it on there yet.
Did you give me a link so or do you want me to look it up?
No, you're gonna have to look up the link. I'm doing a virtual Zoom on, so it's an hour, and we're going to cover the 3 matrices. One being a SWOT, one being a resource-based view, and one being 5 forces. So I
look to UNM, and what am I looking up?
Rainforest, UNM Rainforest, February the 22nd. Events, you need to look at events. And what else? And I'm publishing a book on it as well, which is going to be coming out hopefully in March.
Okay, so we got UNM Rainforest.
Where are you? I don't know.
It was the first link in Rainforest. Residence Life, though. I don't think you want people to attend this.
Well, I didn't put it on there. It's there. The university put it on there. So
I'm giving you a hard time because I'm the how to get to this. So I've gone to Rainforest.
Yeah, I don't know. The one I had events, and then you could go on it. So maybe you should Google events at UNM.
So University of New Mexico. I'm going to try this one because that one actually said Residence Life, right? So that's the wrong way. So, innovations. Is this what we're looking for? All right, I'll do the events thing.
He wants me to look it up, doesn't he? Anyway, I've taken up enough time. I'll find you a link and I'll send it to you.
Oh, great. Okay. The next person then is Aaron.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks for having me. Just joining this group recently, and it's seeming to be a pretty cool group with a lot of cool people doing great stuff. So my name is Aaron McAllister. I am the Director of Product Development for ABQ Bright and Neat, their sister companies. And yeah, if you want to play that video, that kind of explains what we do.
That's a long video though. It's like 3
Yeah, that's
minutes.
fine. Never
Uh,
mind.
well, listen to you talk.
Okay,
We can go listen to that anytime.
totally. So basically, we have patents for the world's most efficient power supply technology, which means that we can run LED light bulbs more efficiently than you can buy them off the shelf. And so it doesn't just apply to general lighting, but also applies to basically any type of lighting, anything that you need to power. So that's what Neat's story is. And Bright is a sister company of Neat, which handles the manufacturing. So Bright is setting out to create the products, the light bulbs, the UV light products. And so right now with COVID, we're focusing on these UV systems that kill germs very quickly and efficiently. And yeah, the websites are both under renovation right now. We're sort of in this process of kicking up a level, and we're getting pilot projects and starting to release products. And yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
been very exciting.
Well, that's neat. That's pretty fun stuff. Well, thank you, Mr. Aaron. And we got Aaron and then Janix.
Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hi.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. I'm supposed to talk about my business, right? So
That's the idea. Yeah.
I'm a licensed insurance agent, and I am working to help people to lower the risk or high taxation at retirement. People don't know that for retirement, their Social Security could be taxed up to 85%. They don't know that they don't know how more tax credits. And they don't know that the risk of taxation is going to be higher at retirement than in the current working years. So what I do is work to create a strategy, complete strategy to help that impact at retirement. This is what I do. And we're very I'm working is for my client. I do not work for any insurance company, and my accountability is with the client because I really want to do what is the best for each person, and each person has their own story and their own needs, and it's totally different one strategy from another person. I can say that it is as a fixed product because everyone is different. Even when you file your taxes, everyone abide by the same rules, but every person's tax looks different. It's the same thing that I do and working with people.
That's cool. So, and you call your company Assurance. It's not insurance.
My company is assuring because I'm assuring the people that the program that I do is a program that is gonna work.
Cool. Do you have a website?
Yes,
Oh, you do have it. Oh, I thought that was something else. Okay.
I had two websites as a HanixAssurance.com and have HanixLife.com. The Hanix Life is the insurance part.
Oh, I'm even saying it wrong. Thank you. It's like totally. Oh, it must be like Janice Hanix. All right. What does Hanix mean? Does it have a meaning?
I don't know. Just my mom just she has love for different names, and all the children we have different names. It's just her thing.
That's great. Hanix. That's great. So yeah, here's your website. When I saw it, I thought it was I just assumed it was an email right off the bat. So I didn't pull it up. That was my mistake. It's cool though. So good. We've got Genix Life is here for your business. And I also like you clarified that you don't work for a company like an insurance company or something like that. You just work for your client, and so that's kind of cool. And I think that's a great thing to point out. So family, that's great. Yeah, I really like family businesses. So thank you, Janix. Annie, I have found that I'm not seeing your information on the chat.
You're
Is
talking
that
about me?
no, Annie?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Are you gonna post your
Let me put it in.
all right. Yeah, so we thank you, Aaron, for saying that we're such cool people. That's really sweet of you. This is really kind of a laid back deal. I started it largely just to give a space to kind of talk to people, because my business is based on interacting with folk. And just like a lot of like other service folks, like Janice, yours is, you talking to people is really, this is the kind of place that you want to be. And so that's kind of handy for you to like come. So I'm trying to create a space kind of for that. But I also like keeping it pretty small. That's why I don't do a lot of advertising for it, because then people won't have a chance to talk. All right, we've got here. You're up, Annie. Annie?
Right. Hi, I'm Annie. Sustainable community development, real estate, also former project manager and scrum master, and also former social entrepreneur in the high-end buying and selling furniture in the Chicagoland area, providing furniture to the needy families. So that's kind of in a nutshell what I've done in my life. And so right now Phil and I are working on a proposal with National Science Foundation, doing the sustainable community development in Valencia County. So that's what we're working on right now, and that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. And you often mention like the next stuff that's coming up. So
Yeah.
what's the next stage
The
in
next
your
step-
community
the
housing
next
stuff?
stage is, we are doing the design at the moment with an architect, and we just found out that the 30 acres is in an opportunity zone land. So that changes things a little bit. So it's kind of taking interesting turns, if you will, in our proposal. So that's, very interesting. So we're looking forward to 2021, and we've, certainly we've been approved the zoning in Valencia County, and so exciting times.
Cool.
At the moment. That's a big deal. And the fact that we're in an opportunity zone definitely changes things a lot, right?
What does an opportunity zone mean?
It just means that there's a lot of benefits to being in an opportunity zone. Tax benefits, right? Even from a lending perspective, and being able to build, that gives us a lot of advantages at that point. We don't know what that means yet, but there's a lot of advantages to being in an opposite zone, from lending to.
Is that like as opposed to like a is that opposed to like a business zone?
Well, when you're in an opportunity zone, you qualify for more tax deferments, and because it's a zone that's qualifies for, right, you reduce your capital. Investors can get a lot more. There's a lot more benefits to that. Tax savings, you can defer your capital gains. There's a lot of things, there's more economic opportunities that we can.
Economically distressed communities that may qualify for tax deferment.
Right. So
so it's like basically they're saying it's not doing well now. It's not doing well now, but maybe, you come in here and change things is what it's saying.
Right. There's benefits, economic benefits, tax benefits, and investment benefits to that.
Cool. I like to quiz on new things. That way I can understand the world better. That's great.
Well, even I don't know. fully what. So it's an education even on my part. I really don't. In answer to your question, I don't know what it fully means. That's my answer.
Yeah.
I really don't. To be honest with you, I don't even know.
I still
Except
have the
to say
SWOT
that
on here from last time. So
there's opportunities there that even I don't understand yet. So there's my answer.
I like it.
I'm an
All
expert.
right. So
I'm not.
yeah. So let's talk about my office, because I want to talk about me again. So there's all this arrangement going on with our spaces, and what I'm curious about is like, how do you guys figure out all that balance? You know, I've had this crazy setup that I've got going on that I'm eking in, and it's like little increments at a time that I'm like adjusting this, I'm making this a little better. And something that really threw me off recently was that I got a new laptop. And so then I have to relearn like half the things. And I went from Mac to PC. So there's like levels of like, oh, now I got to do this new thing. Hey, knock that off, Phil. What are you doing?
Mac to PC is the wrong way. Should be PC to Mac.
You're going to have your opinions. I'll have mine. But yeah, so what do you guys do? What for the challenge question? What is it that you do to no, wrong way. What do you do to balance your personal life and your business life?
Well, at the moment, it's the same thing, because everything's online and I can't go anywhere and see anybody or do anything. So I'm having a nice time in my office every single day doing stuff. And it's enabled me, actually, to think about it. So this past year, we got locked down around March, April time, I guess. And we couldn't go out and see anybody anymore, and we couldn't go to 1 Million Cups and all that kind of stuff. So that's what inspired me then, because I'm sitting in my office, and I'm new into New Mexico relatively compared to the rest of the people, I guess. So I've made some contacts, but I haven't made enough to develop a lot of business. And so it prompted me to actually do what I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that's write a book about strategy. And so I just defined what part of strategy I would be writing about. And for the following 10 months, I wrote a book. And now I'm in, well, not published yet, but I'm working with my publisher on proofreads and going through that. And hopefully that'll be delivered next month. So it's a bonus for me.
The bonus is, what's the bonus?
The bonus is it gave me time to write a book.
Oh, that's right.
So I can sit here casually, it is casual, I guess, writing up a chapter, and then break away and do some stuff on the house, and then come back and say, okay, what did I write? And does it make sense? And do some adjustments, and then go away again and come back. And that's been my life for the last 10 months, apart from Adam's Friday Flow and 1 Million Cups and a few other things.
So you haven't really had to bother much with personal life, is what you're saying?
No, it hasn't interrupted my personal life at all, really. I still go out. I still go out climbing mountains at the weekends, and make sure I get a lot of exercise. So it's fun.
That's great.
I'll put my link in there.
So what else? How do you guys? Oh, good. So it's in this now.
The seminar.
Phil Witten innovation thing here. I'll pull that up. Okay, so that's there. Yeah, my internet this morning was real slow, and then my Wi-Fi didn't work. Like I had Wi-Fi, but then the network didn't work, but the internet was working. It just wasn't working through my router. So I plugged it into the wall. Eventually, I figured out how to do that. So we got that. Here you are. He's speaking. He's coming up. That's great. Right. So how do you guys balance? Well, balance is a funny word because really you don't balance much. If you're trying to balance things, you're spending too much attention on too many things at one time because your brain can only handle like really high effective people can handle 6 things in their brain at one time. Jet pilots when they're doing night landing are expected to keep 3 things in their mind. They're not allowed to pay attention to anything more because they don't care if you're high functioning. They want you to focus on getting these 3 things done as that plane is landing on an aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean. And I was listening to a talk about an aircraft carrier, and she was talking about like people can carry about 2 to 6 things. If you're really high functioning at 6, but most people are about 3 or 4. And she says they don't try and test your limits there. They try and keep it real simple. Like you're gonna pay attention to like elevation, angle, and something else, and that's it. That's all you're doing. And you let everybody else that you're on communication with pay attention to the other things. So balancing is not something that I actually encourage. But how do you do that with your family or your just personal life? How do you I keep on trying to use that word balance because it's so common. So how do you I'll just say it. So how do you balance your family life or your personal life and your business life?
We're waiting for the new people.
Well,
I thought you were gonna call everyone by name.
oh yeah.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, it's you butt in when you want, and it's just like meeting in a room.
Oh, okay.
That's my
So
intention.
in my case, the way I balance my life, I get up 5:30 in the morning, 6 for the latest, and I put the music and start dancing, doing exercise. I'm doing dancing exercise, and then after I dance with my cats are gonna be they start meowing, so I have to feed them first. Then I do my breakfast, take my shower, and sit down in my office to start working until noon. I make lunch, and then I sit down. I work until 9 p.m. every day. When I have an appointment, I go to appointments. This is what I do, and sometimes the evenings I watch movies.
Yeah.
Other than that, I should go out more, but too boring go by yourself all the time.
Yeah. Don't bother yourself too much about what you should do, right? Bother things about what you want to do, because if it's a should, it uses different chemicals in your brain, and they're not as effective as wanting.
Hey, Janet, just as a side issue, you get up and dance with music. And actually, I get up about 6:45, somewhere at 7 o'clock. And then I do 50 minutes exercising. But I don't do it to music. I just, I'm listening to the BBC World Service or something I like doing so I can find out what's going on in the world. But I do exercise every morning. So it's nice to know somebody else is doing it as well.
Yeah. I record myself when I sing, and I share the songs that I sing with my friends.
That's great.
So I sing more in Spanish than anything else, but I sing in Spanish. So it's a challenging thing because I have to record myself several times until I'll find the right recording to share.
That's an interesting point. You've got 2 people here from different origins, descendants. So I'm from the UK, as you probably can hear, and we've got Janet, who's from a Spanish background. So
Colombia.
She's
from Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, yeah. So she listens to Spanish music, and I'm listening to the BBC World Service.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we still stick to our roots about what we like to hear.
And I listen to my brain. It's really, really exciting. That's great. Thank you for sharing, Janix. Yeah. So what is it that you do to juggle life, personal life, and business life?
What do I do to juggle?
Mm-hmm.
I work from home, so when I need to do something, I go and do it real quick. So, but it's mostly my cats and I in this house, and you know how I'm mostly doing like I just began doing this Zoom things because I have no idea where to find, and I was looking for. And I'm working it mostly with LinkedIn, sending messages and building many things because I do besides insurance. I'm marketing a project management software, and I just started, for example, until 11 last night, developing the buyer persona for the project management software that we're gonna launch. So basically, is working. I think I don't have too much personal life.
Except for the cats. Yeah.
Yeah, the cats.
Okay.
They're coming here. They just started to demanding attention. Hey, mama, they want me to to kiss them and hug them, and they just kind of purring, and they go walk across my screens, and I say, come on, can I see something? I try to do working to buy you food.
That's great.
So that's it. Other than that, nothing else. Mm-hmm.
Great. So what do you guys do to juggle your personal and your work life?
I try to complete 3 things in one day, something manageable, something I can complete.
Okay, I've heard that before too.
Right? I try not to jump from one thing to another. So I try to complete something. 3 things. The rule of 3, I always say, in a given day, whatever I can complete in a day. Whether that's personal, whether that's business,
great.
3 things in one day, whatever that may be. Whether that's reading, whether that's something personal.
Huh.
Finish something, 3 things in one day.
That's cool.
Right? So you're finishing something.
So how do you determine if it's going to be personal or business? How do you determine which or what?
Whether that means I can clean one room, I can clean the bathroom, I can wash the dishes, I finished something.
Ah.
You see what I'm saying? Whether that's small or big, right?
Oh, so it's like it's more about that's been accomplished, and so you can say that's been done, and so the rest of the day then is then open, and everything is bonus past that.
Right, exactly. I finished this, right?
Yeah.
Did I organize this one folder? I finished. Okay, I cleaned my this one drawer of folders, or I finished my one folder of tax return. Done. Right?
Yeah. And the nice thing is you have the focus for that time, and then the rest of the day it frees up your brain, so you're not like you don't feel as trapped and
you don't feel as scatterbrained on something.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was working on the proposal yesterday, and I focused on, okay, what am I going to focus on that I can accomplish? Even if it's just one paragraph. And I focused on net income. That's it. I'm done. Now that I did that, that's finished. Next, right? Even though it's just one paragraph, that.
Yeah. Sometimes that's great. Thanks.
Right? And it felt like a sense of, that's business. Okay, I got that done. right? And then I moved on to the next thing and said, okay, let me put that aside. Move on to the next thing. I took out the garbage. Done.
Yeah.
Maybe small, but it's done. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you take those small wins and you get it done. Or I wrote a letter to my daughter and I mailed it. Done. As
Way to
opposed
go.
to, I opened the mail and then I did something else. I'm not ADD, right?
I am. So thanks. All right. So Aaron, you were about to chime in there, and then we let you we pushed you aside. So go for it.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, just
Dude.
I like that strategy of the accomplishment of feeling like you got something done. And my strategy has been sort of, what is the one thing? What is the one thing that I need to get done today? And then I can spend more time on that one thing. And then, I try to sit down in blocks of time. So, if I hop on the Zoom call with my teammates at 10, we'll work till 12:30, and that'll be our 2.5 hour block of morning block. And then we'll break for lunch, and then we'll have an afternoon block. And then we'll take another break, try to get fuel in me often. And Phil and Yannick, I like the exercising in the morning. That gets the blood flowing. I think that's great. I try to do some yoga. That I've been on like a little 30-day yoga challenge. So that's a good feeling,
Or maybe you can teach me, guys. Don't know how to do yoga.
Yeah, just go on YouTube. It's simple as that. Yoga with Adriene is the one that I do. She's very casual.
Heard of her.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
cool.
She doesn't get into metaphysical stuff much. She just talks about the process.
Right.
So that's great.
She
So
sort of
Aaron, you could
speaks to
also just
everybody.
show us right now. You could,
Some yoga?
Yeah.
Oh, I do this a lot actually. Oh, feels good.
Oh, I like that.
Little neck circles. Even just sitting down, shoulder stretch.
And a big thing with yoga too is the breathing, right?
Right. And so I try to meditate often as well. And I think that meditating and then doing yoga allows you to jump into the yoga meditation as quickly, like really quickly. But yeah, yoga with Adriene, she doesn't really get into a lot of the metaphysical, but just enough, just like touches on it. So she sort of speaks to everyone from, find what feels good, do it your way, to also like breathe and feel the life force energy, that whole range of things. And yeah, let's see, how else do I balance? I try to kind of cut off working at a certain point, maybe like after it gets dark. So I try to sort of work in the day, and then when it gets dark, then I'll go do something else. I'll go have dinner, go work out, or go hang out with friends. Try to have something planned for the evening, so that I can look forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. I found a lot in my life is if I don't have a plan for that, like sort of quasi time, especially if it's with my kids and stuff, I sort of like wander aimlessly because I really have I want to do the business stuff. And so tuning back into family and stuff is not actually very easy for me. So I sort of just like zone out. So that's really
important.
key, coming with a plan for that.
And I like what you said about wants to versus should. I've been trying to kind of click that difference into my head, where I almost want to say I shouldn't say should, but that's the whole point. Is I'd like to stop thinking that I need to do things or that I should do things, because it sort of puts me in resistance of what is. And so that's I guess the way I explain it. But I like how you say it's a different chemical in the brain, which makes sense.
Yeah. It's because the reason we do most things is because of dopamine, right? There's dopamine is the chemical that's the wanting thingy. What is this nonsense? Oh yeah, well, And so, and dopamine, it's the thing that it gets in your brain, and it tells you, oh, I want these other things. And if you don't have any dopamine, then you just don't have anything going on, which is kind of interesting. There's a common thing to do is if you are, so this is for ADD folks, this is the yoga with Adriene stuff, and this is one of her videos. I haven't seen this one before, but she's talking about breathing and stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah, the breath.
I did some teaching.
30-day challenge.
I think the dog
yeah.
is having a really good time, hard time doing yoga in that sketch as well.
and Hannix, what you could be doing is you'd be doing it with your cats, right? So yoga, you've heard of goat yoga? Yoga goat? What is that called?
No. Yeah,
you ever heard of that?
Exercise it, the cats come around and they just want to be pet all the time. So I have one cat that she likes to. I get her for the right arms and I move her from her around and she can dance with me. It's just funny.
That's great. Goat yoga. This is a real thing. This goat yoga stuff. And it's pretty bizarre that this is actually something that it's his latest craze, goat yoga. So I don't really want to go down this too far, but because
I do that, and my exercises I do it with weights. So I dance with weights. So I put I use the 5 pounds and the 10 pounds weights, and I start working with that, and it gets very intense with the weights.
Yeah. That really gets you moving and stuff. And like you said, Aaron, the big thing is breathing. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
For the breathing, for example, on Friday, I went through a networking event, and this lady is a beautiful lady, and she was teaching how to breathe, and I do a lot of exercises to help me. But on Friday, it really helped me out because I've been grieving, so really helped me out for to get all this grief out of my body. So my dad passed away, and his funeral was on Saturday last week. I was totally devastated, and really helped me out. And I highly recommend, maybe you can invite her sometime. I can send the information for her, and it's she does those meetings, and it's her is Master Hong Gig. So, and she told me the way to breathe. That she told me is like a breathe, hold. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Like that. It sounded like that. Hold it. Like if you're happy, like this, and after that, like put like the hands in the chest, and then like you're tapping yourself, like that, and it helped that breathing. It really helped me.
That's great. And it's getting your blood flow too. And one of the reasons that might be too, Genix, is because and your breathing, when you think about your breathing, it's this weird thing where it ties your brain in with the rest of your body. And 95% of what we do, we actually don't think about, right? So only about 5% of anything you do throughout the day is really your thought process. And that's gone up.
Hello?
He's having a little problem.
You went away. Let's sing in the meanwhile. You want to sing in the meanwhile?
Adam, you're frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were going to sing. Oh, you were gone.
Oh, that's great. So, okay, so breathing and thinking. Where did I left off? I'm just curious. Where did you lose me?
I don't know. Yes, remember he froze.
Okay. So you were talking about breathing, and how it's helpful. Well, what's happening is there's a mechanism in your body. The mechanism of breathing is this weird spot where it's both part of system 1 and system 2. And system 1 is the part of your brain that does everything automatically or tries to do things for you to save energy, right? System 2 doesn't really have those goals, but also system 2 runs out of energy. So it's kind of funny that, system 1 is the one that doesn't run out of energy, but it's the one that tries to save you energy. And system 2 is the one that really kind of uses up a lot of energy. Anyway, so system 2 is the one where you make conscious choices. That's the one you relate with. System 1 is all this stuff that you're unconscious about and you can't really access. In fact, the fact that I did this hand thing here, I didn't think about that. That was system 1. That was just doing that because it knows that's what Adam usually does in that time, and sort of logs your actions and reduces. It's kind of like JPEG, it's trying to reduce the information so that it's easier to get across. All right, going off on the tangent. What mindfulness does, and that's the breathing, and mindfulness can be overused, but what it does is it brings you into thinking about what you're thinking about, and that makes you more attentive. And if you're thinking about what you're thinking about, there are two things that can happen. You could be ruminating, which is useless, and you can be, or you can be self-reflective. And so what your teacher's helping you do is become more reflective, because the breathing helps you be more reflective as opposed to ruminating. And ruminating is basically kind of like the should thing. It reduces your agency. It reduces the amount that you feel like you're in charge and they're actually doing something. Well, it reduces, yeah, that's hard to explain, because you think you're in charge when you're ruminating and you're not really. You're just running over things in your head. You think you're thinking, but you're really just letting system 1 run wild, and your body stay at homeostasis. That's all it's doing. So that's kind of fun stuff. We've gotten past the point that we want to talk about your asks. This was a great discussion, guys, and looking forward to talking to you more. So what we're going to do now is you can ask about anything that you would like the crowd to help you with, or that you would like them to do. This is good practice for me because it's a thing I'm not very good at doing, asking people. I'm already getting anxious about okay, so, but I know that I've been really great at helping people with their businesses and with their homes, of making things work really well for them, especially if because when they recognize that there's something that they want to adapt and customize in their space. So if you know anyone who's in that position, send them my way and I'm happy to chat with them. So what we'll do for the asks is you guys can go ahead and go by what we started with. So we'll go back up to the top of my chat here, and we'll go by that. So Phil, you were first, so your go.
I've got an ask. Okay, strange one. Annie, and my ask is, why do you always have a picture up and you never come on live?
I don't know. I just don't like this early in the morning. I don't know.
You mean you didn't get up at 5:30 to do your exercises?
No, I had a 7:30 in the morning meeting this morning, so I can't say that.
All right, thank you, Phil, for your ask. Okay, moving on. Aaron.
Let's see.
Yeah, see, this is why we do it, is because sometimes it's hard.
Casually.
I can come back to you too.
I guess I could ask Phil, since he's from Great Britain. Are you a fan of any particular footy team?
Yeah, West Ham United.
West Ham. Oh shoot, I'm a Chelsea fan.
Hey,
West Ham's doing good though now.
Yeah, I'm sorry about Chelsea, but there you go.
Hey,
yeah, no, and it's more of in England, it's more of you support the team that your family supports.
Okay.
All right, but obviously other people break away and they have their favourites. But most of my family's been West Ham for ever. And so you kind of get brought up with it and just go along with it, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are you from that part of London?
I'm from Greenwich, actually, where they measure time from.
What's it called?
Greenwich.
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 Oh, okay.
Where
Cool.
you measure time from. So if you know about football, you might be interested to know that one of my contracts, one of the best contracts I ever had, was a year's contract with UEFA,
Wow.
European Union Football Association, which is equivalent to the NFL over here. And that was a good contract because I was zooming over and to Europe for over a year and doing a risk assessment on their warehousing.
I love that tie-in. Hanix,
That's cool. Thanks, Phil.
your turn.
I'm here. Okay, and I'm trying to develop
Yeah.
the
What's
buyer
your ask?
persona.
Yeah.
Well, when I need help is to get a brainstorm idea for my buyer persona for the project management software that we're gonna launch. The project management software that we're gonna do is a very intuitive. It's a business management with project management software built in. And I'm trying is to figure it out the buyer persona
Uh-huh.
For my marketing.
So who would want a program manager that's a tool? Is that what you're looking for?
It's the buyer persona what I'm trying to develop is it's a project manager, right? What, for example, I have, maybe if I can share my screen. I don't know if you can, guys.
I can set it up so you can, but I'm pretty sure it's not set that way right now.
No, that
Oh, I
is
see.
that is. Let me see. Can you
I will
see it or
stop
not?
my share. Oh, I see. You're gonna show me the screen. Oh, we stopped for a moment.
All
Okay.
right. So I put it John Doe. This is senior program manager at ZYZ company. He's an engineer and the background 5 years as a project manager professional. He has an engineer degree. He's active as a PMP on LinkedIn community. And he is life story is almost like 40. He's tech savvy. Love the a smartphone heavy user. He's a very extroverted, and he always strive for high ethics and very responsible. And he wants to do a great job. And I'm trying here to find to figure it out other stuff. Like as you see, I have a lot of blanks in here. And I'm gonna put his picture in here and can't find the telephone in a picture online. But that person is gonna be my persona. But try kind of ideas for this person, because the project management software that I am working does everything for this person. The program manager can look several projects at the same time and can see who paid, who didn't pay, the advance, high quality, not quality.
I'm gonna Henix, I'm gonna stop you so that you can get some responses before we run out of time here. So you're telling me all the things we can read. So does anyone have any input of what they can throw on there, or what she might want to throw on there?
It's kind of difficult to see, but
Alex, what are you trying to do?
So,
Are you trying to
get
look
the
for a
tempo.
candidate, or are you trying to post some advertising?
She's creating the person that she's going to imagine whenever she's trying to sell her thing.
I think, Alex, let's talk offline because I'm trying to understand what you're trying to do.
She put her email. She put her email in the chat, so you can grab that. Did you find that, Annie?
Hang on, because let me see that. Let me see here. I didn't see it. Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my telephone number because I really need help with that. I'm happy to share.
Hey. Great.
Yeah, repost your contact info and let's talk offline.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for. Oh, Annie, what about your ask?
I don't have an ask at the moment.
All right. Well, cool things happening. appreciate you all joining me this morning and great conversation. I want to hear more about this light stuff that's going on, Mr. Aaron. So I'm hoping to hear more from you. I know that
Absolutely.
we hit you up for doing 1 million cups. Did you do you know if there's any movement with that one, with going presenting at 1 million cups?
Yeah, so I talked to Isaac, our CEO, and we are in the process of sort of getting everything in line. We want to have our websites newly published and everything because they're both being renovated. So once we get all of our ducks in a row, we will submit that presentation request.
Cool.
And that's probably, a few weeks or something like that.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I'm interested to hear about this. You're gonna zap all of our COVID in the space, right? That's the plan with the little light.
Yeah. In fact, it'd be great to chat more with you just to kind of get your perspective on what kind of orientation of the solution we can come up with, because we're going to put UV and HVAC and vent fans, all kinds of different ways of doing it. Yeah.
Well, you can contact me at sparksflow.com, and my number is 505-410-9843 currently. So
okay, cool. I'll message you or email you or something like that.
Yeah, well, my privilege. So welcome everybody. Thank you everybody for coming. Welcome, I guess. Yeah. So and keep the sparks flowing.
Bye. Janex, I'll call you right after this, okay?
Hanix.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Es posible, Hanix. Quiero practicar mi español también. Muchos tiempos.
Te ayudo con mucho gusto, no hay ningún problema.
Gracias.
Excelente. Yo también, Hanix.
Así que hablo español.
Bye.
Bye, Phil. Aaron, are you like a world traveler? You're talking about London. You're talking about.
Well, I studied abroad in Madrid. About and I've been a lifelong soccer player, and I actually went to London and watched Chelsea play in the Champions League, which was pretty cool.
Who were they playing against? Was it Hanam or whatever?
No, they were playing Rennes from, they were playing Lille from France. Yeah.
Good job. I have no idea. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
My privilege. Thank you, Hanix. Thank you, Phil.
Many blessings.
Catch you
Bye-bye.
later, guys.
You too.